Steve, let's head to Indiana. Yeah, we're talking Indiana Hoosiers recruiting because we said heading into the weekend it was setting up to be a historic recruiting weekend, and recruits were there to see the number 2 Hoosiers roll Wisconsin 31-7 early on. It was a little close. It always is because the game has to start at 0-0, so it's always going to be a little close in the beginning. But the way the A&M game was going, the way that Indiana, it looked like, hey, maybe this is going to be an upset Saturday, but the Hoosiers left, no doubt, packing the stadium with fans. They won 31-7. Fernando Mendoza, highly efficient, 22 of 24 for 299 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just unbelievable game. Charlie Becker caught one of those touchdowns. He had 5 catches, 108 yards. Steve, what are recruits saying about this one?
Well, I talked to the camp of Maxton Sales, 5-star receiver out at Indianapolis, Lawrence North, talked to his coach, his representation, Jameel Smith, and he said Indiana's definitely in it. He's not going back and forth for no reason. He loves the Hoosiers. He's a football guy, and he loves the way that Coach Cignetti in this program are ripping and roaring, developing their players, putting them in position to be successful. And it was another great visit to Indiana for Maxton Sales as they battle Alabama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Miami, Michigan, Texas A&M, among others. Now, when you're recruiting a 5-star, when you're recruiting an elite wide receiver, there's a lot of boxes you have to check. Offense, development, opportunity. He's seeing an opportunity to play on the biggest stage. So the amount of eyeballs that are on Indiana football right now after they beat Oregon, just the national love that this program is seeing. For him to watch them go out to Eugene and win that game on the road in the fourth quarter. The same with Iowa, same with Penn State. He's seeing the grit and toughness. This is a football team that had the number 1 scoring offense in the country, number 2 scoring defense coming into this ball game. He sees an opportunity to be developed. Players from his high school are playing at a high level, Omar Cooper in particular. Where's Indiana going to be at on the NIL front? We'll see, because I think Maxton Sales is going to field some major NIL offers. Indiana in the thick of it for several other blue chippers that visited today. Josh Ace Alston, he's a Rivals 300 cornerback from Cincinnati. Anderson has offers from coast to coast. He said the energy around the IU program really stood out. Coaches and staff showed a lot of love, and you can tell they're building something real. My favorite things about Indiana are how genuine the people are, how family-oriented the program feels, and how much they emphasize development on and off the field. Indiana is one of the early favorites for Noblesville, Indiana. That's Indianapolis suburbs. 4-star offensive tackle Mason McDermott. He's camped in Bloomington. He's been to campus a couple times. He's been around Coach Cignetti, Coach Bostad, and this staff a lot. Indiana is one of the favorites for 4-star offensive lineman Hunter Mallinger and his twin brother Reese Mallinger out of Wisconsin. Bob Bostad loves Wisconsin kids. They've been to Wisconsin a couple times. Hunter Mallinger, he said, IU's definitely high on my list. I love the coaches. I love the school. They're doing great things. Brother Reese echoed a lot of the same, talked about the culture and the coaches he hired. That sets the program apart from others. Indiana had some elite 2028s there too, Josh.
Yeah.
Our number 2 ranked edge rusher, Asher Giotto, was there. He said it was electric, said it was one of his favorite things is just how the D-line staff treats them as a whole. So Indiana, they're getting after it on the trail, building real relationships with these kids, and then they have something they can stand on and an outstanding product, a team that on both sides of the ball is very dominant, and players are playing fast and making plays and standing out. They offered the son of Mark Edwards, former Notre Dame standout, a longtime NFL player, Xander Edwards, out of Jacksonville Bulls. He had a great visit. He talked about the relentless effort every down that Indiana plays with. And so he's loving the culture. Chris Miller's a quarterback, a 2028 passer from Georgia that's built a great connection with Coach Whitmer, and the coaching staff said Indiana is definitely one of his top schools right now. So the Hoosiers making some major impressions in 2023 right now, or excuse me, 2027 right now. And they had a major 2026 target on campus too this weekend. Colorado safety commit DeMonte Timms was up on campus this weekend, and Indiana is actually battling Louisville there. No better weekend for him to be up at Indiana for Senior Day, the home finale.
Yeah.
a sellout crowd. And I think Indiana's making a run for DeMonte Timms right now at the end of his process.
Nice. It's been really fun to watch Indiana this season on the field. It's been really fun to talk Indiana recruiting. We've never talked this much Indiana recruiting on this channel ever. We don't plan to stop. Indiana's not going anywhere. And the fans, Steve, the fans are loving your Indiana intel. I know you're a home state guy, but that doesn't mean that's not why we're covering. I mean, they're a really exciting program right now. And they're kind of new to this whole recruiting game. So when we see them having the season that they're having in 2026, I mean, you and I know there's not a lot of moves to be made down the stretch here, but don't you think Indiana recruiting is going to really get a shot in the arm for 2027?
Well, I think first you're going to see it resonate in the transfer portal as they go after some big time guys, some guys that were all conference players at other schools that will choose Indiana over some blue bloods. And as they see Indiana as a place to play on the biggest stage and quickly be integrated into a system and then see your talents maximized. How about that? I mean, Curt Cignetti and his coaching staff turn around an Indiana program that struggled to win 3 games a year, struggled to win Big Ten games. Now they're one of the favorite. They've clinched a spot in the Big Ten title game. They're going to be in the college football playoff for a second straight year, getting guys to buy in quickly, know what they offer for your program schematically, and put them in positions to shine. Indiana is going to be a factor in the transfer portal. And I don't think Curt Cignetti signs an extension if he doesn't believe that there's not going to be support from the administration to help this football team compete for championships. He wants to win championships. He doesn't want to be the best coach in Indiana history. He wants to be one of the best coaches in college football history. He's always believed in himself. Google me, I win. Well, Indiana fans have rallied around Sig Nation and this Indiana coaching staff. And you see all these coaching searches going on right now. How are we not talking more about Indiana offensive coordinator Mike Shanahan and Indiana defensive coordinator Bryant Haynes? I'd want to know what they know about program building and potentially interviewing them and getting them into my system and running an Arkansas Razorbacks program that has had just about the same amount of success as Indiana football has had in the Big Ten in the SEC. And so maybe a guy like that would be fantastic for Arkansas, Bryant Haynes or a Mike Shanahan. Those are 2 of the best coordinators in college football. You only get to pick one of them to be the Broyles Award winner, but they both deserve the Broyles Award. You know, I know Ohio State fans, they always feel neglected by the national media. Matt Patricia is the Broyles Award winner. And certainly I know that Coach Patricia is deserving of the Broyles Award as well. I think he's got the best secondary in college football and a loaded group out there. I think Bryant Haynes and his coaching staff have this Indiana football team punching above their weight and playing hard and playing fast and physical, and it allows them to make plays. And so that's why I say Bryant Haynes is the Broyles Award winner. Wouldn't be mad if it went to Mike Shanahan. I mean, that's how good this coaching staff is. Those guys deserve to be in the mix for these head coaching jobs and deserve to be interviewed for those coaching jobs. And just the cohesionness, the continuity. Curt Cignetti's, a lot of guys on his coaching staff have been around him for a long time. And Indiana is the program reaping the rewards of bringing in Coach Cignetti.
Yeah, they are. And we're going to keep talking Indiana Hoosiers football, Indiana Hoosiers recruiting. We're not going anywhere.